Hello and welcome to the third part of the terracotta sort of look. And we're on the light grey at the moment, so let's try that one. Okay, so there's an obvious pattern. Let's okay, let's this one we're already seeing there's three which has got this dark line here. Uh, this one is slightly further out. So what's the best way to tackle this? We could put the blue thing in the middle. Okay. Okay. The other one to do then is okay. So that's that corner. So we could do the very dark grey thing in the middle here as well. That was the correct one. Uh, okay. And the other one, well, there's actually little arrows in there, which is like they kind of look like little arrows. Okay, and the other one is this kind of the light small kind of grey. This one's probably one of the easiest ones to do actually. Um, I say that now I've forgotten how to do it. Is it this one? No, no, no. Yeah, I want it to be this corner in the middle. Yeah. So it'll be another square center. That'll be the. Now, is that the same as that is? No, it's not. Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to see. It's obviously going to be the opposite corner to this, but how can we delineate between this? The answer is to say the one which is nearest to the blue bit is in the middle. So that's next to the blue. Well, no. Okay. So that one is correct because it should just be a short distance from the blue bit, right? The problem is they're both actually fairly near the blue bit. This is done incorrectly, I think. Yeah, this is actually quite a difficult one to get the opposite corner. Just trying to think, do they look exactly the same? They do. Yep, they are exactly the same. So how am I going to work out what the difference between these two corners? Okay, in one of the corners you can see there's this like this L shape in light grey, which doesn't appear anywhere near. So if we constantly have the L shape in light grey, let's just do that on this one first. So we want to mirror that, so we've got that L shape in light grey. No, it's not that one, is it? Oh yeah, sorry. Of course, it'll be a 90-degree rotation. So it's that one, that one, that one. So it'll be just down from here, down from here, down from here, down from here. So on this one, we want to make sure that doesn't occur anywhere. Okay, it's on that one, not on this one. So again, that's incorrect. Okay. So that should be the correct one now. So yeah, you can see that it's very, very, very similar actually, but they are, yeah, that one's an interesting one, is that they look almost identical. You can see this L shape doesn't occur, this L shape doesn't occur. Yeah, you can see right about here, there's an L shape. Oops, that was a bit of a foul. Yeah. So that's an interesting one. I mean, they don't look that different. So really, there's only 3 possible options. I'm just curious if there's any kind of additional things that can be done here. Not really seeing it though. Alright, so let's move now on to the white terracotta blocks. Okay, so we've got this kind of arrow, 4-pointed arrow here. And obviously we can have the we'll do the yellow in the center here now. Okay. No, that was not what I meant to do. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so we need the large yellow in the center. Then, of course, we're going to have the difference between these 2 yellow sections. So we look at these 2 different yellow sections. Again, not much did in the way of difference. So we're going to have to see how we get on with this. Okay. So we'll just put in. So basically, we want one of the slightly more this kind of like a 4-leaf thing here. So it'll be something like that, won't it? So how are we going to find the opposite one? That is a question. Because these corners again look very, very similar. The difference is though. Okay, there's a slight difference there. You'll notice that in these blue sections there's a darker blue block. And we can see here that this block is a different colour from this block. So what we want to have is we want to have the lighter blue in the centres here, which is just, so 4 blocks down we want to have a light blue block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's correct, isn't it? Yep, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 for that light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4 for that light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4 that light blue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 that light blue. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to get the darker blue in there. Okay, so man, it's difficult to tell this one, it really is. My feeling is it's this way though. Yeah, that's the correct one. If you look really closely, you can just about tell it's a slightly different shade. You can actually see it if you put them next to each other, you can see the difference in shade. So you're going to want that shade to match up basically. So it's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And then there, here, I think. Let's have a check. I think I've done it correctly here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the darker blue. This one has not got it correct. No. So it's that one. This one is super hard to do. Well, I guess it's not that hard once you sort of know what you're looking for. So yeah, that's basically what it is then. Not much difference between those two at all. You'd be hard pressed to see that. But as you can see, the reason I'm saying that is because this spot here is that darker colour, whereas if you look at the spot right here, you can see it's this colour. Right? With the darker one there. So yeah, so there's that one. Now moving on to the pink terracotta. Okay, so we can obviously see there's a bit of grey in here, so that's an easy one to do. No, I just done the. Okay, that's the harder one, isn't it? Wow, this one's going to be super hard. This is this is probably the hardest one so far, I think. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. This is really hard, this one. Wow. I'm not sure I can even see the differences with this one. I'm just looking for something in the block which is going to help me differentiate between one grey corner from the other. I'm not sure. Let's do the other corners first because they're obviously a bit easier. So we've got this little section of 3 in the middle. So let's put that in the middle here. Okay, it's this one. No. There it is. Okay, so there's the one with the 3 in the middle. Except for that's incorrect. And there should just be those three, and then this is the only one that's wrong. Okay. So that's the section with the 3 in the middle, which makes that shape, and then we're going to have a slightly larger section. It's kind of, yeah. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Because they're not grey and it's not got 3 in the middle, so it's the only one left. So that's the 3 one. So it's obviously this one. Right? So you can see that. I mean, that one's fairly obvious to tell the difference between those ones. They're quite. There's not a huge amount of difference between these patterns. Quite interesting differences though with this square shape here. So how on earth are we going to tell the difference between this one and the one in the corner? So the best way to do it is to say, okay, so this I can kind of see a way. It's not particularly easy though. The block I'm considering is this one over here, right? So we can say that this corner, if we go up a bit, we can see there's this nice long bar of solid colour here, whereas there's a gradation, right? That's the only way I'm going to be able to tell the differences between these corners that I can see. Maybe there's another way, but we're going to go with that. This long bar of solid colour. So can we see a long bar of solid colour here? Yes. Yes. And yes. So somehow I've actually set that up correctly already. So let's try and do the fourth one then. So we can see that long bar of solid colour here already, right? So we know it's the other configuration. And then actually, you know what, funnily enough, it's actually not as difficult as I thought, this one. Because what we can do, so if we look here, we'll see that long bar, you can see there's a gradation on the colour. There's a gradation here, gradation here, gradation there. So that's actually not as difficult as I thought it would be. Of course, it looks almost exactly the same. But yeah. So there's the pink one. Okay, now we're going to move on to orange. Okay. So we can have this orange section in the middle there. I mean, here the corners again is similar to the quite a few of them we've done recently actually. That okay, we'll do the flower in the middle here. Okay. Next up is, so then we have to deal with what is the difference between this corner and this corner, right? And that is a good question. What is the difference? Well, in fact, we can use a similar technique that we used for the pink one. Actually, now I think about it, if we look at this corner, we can see that if we go up, we're going to hit this big a block of color here. From this corner, though, the block of colour is much lighter. So we can just say, once we've got one of the two correct configurations, which is either the left or the right, we can say, okay, look, we're about to hit this. We're about to hit this light block of colour, right? So it'd be the left one here and then the right one here, right? No. So the left, and then we're going to go down. Yeah, and then we can just rotate. So we can see that we're going to hit light block of colour, light block of colour, light block of colour. It's actually a lot easier with this one. So what we can do here, we'll start with the right, and then we can just go round. No, we can't though, can we? Interestingly, if we start, yeah, we go around this way. Yeah, you can see I'm getting it a lot better now. And you can see the dark block of colour. This one is actually a very good way to learn, the orange one. How to put the two different patterns together. in the opposite configuration. Yeah, it's interesting, that one. Now, so yeah, that is going to do it for. Wow, we've got quite a lot of them at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the other ones that I've been holding off on, are obviously the ones I've actually used in my build earlier on, were the lime, the yellow. Now there's also the magenta one, which I don't know about. I mean, it seems a bit obvious. And there's one. I guess there's one left that I haven't looked at, which was light blue. Is it light blue? I think it is light blue. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the light blue then, because I haven't really looked at this one. And yeah, we'll make this a sort of double episode because why not? I've kind of got getting the hang of it a bit more. Okay, so this definitely isn't one that I've looked at, right? No, okay. Okay, let's actually just do this a bit further back, just in front of here. Okay. So there we can see we've got the this piece in the middle here. One of the other, so the other two, which are going to be more troublesome, are going to be these ones with the square pieces in them. So the obvious one is this one with this large sort of blue section right in the middle. There it is. There it is. There it is. Well, that did not turn out very well. Oh, interesting. Actually, this should be actually quite easy one then, because we don't really need to worry about that the problem with the square, because we can just say this sort of wing-shaped blue section in the middle. So you can see there's the wing-shaped section. Yeah, it's over here, isn't it? Or not? Well, they really don't connect up, do they? That is actually the correct one. I was just expecting a little more connection on this. So yeah, that's the wing shape section in the middle. Interesting pattern, that. Sorry, I guess this one is one of the square ones already, isn't it? I didn't really think of it like that. Yeah, so we just need the other square, which has not got a diagonal piece space. So the other square is next to the wing section, basically. Yeah, it's that one. Pretty simple, this one. Square next to wing, square next to wing, square next to wing. So yeah, this is actually quite a nice one. It's got a lot of different, a lot more interest. It's like each of them looks very different, doesn't it? Okay, let's go back to these ones I've already used quite a lot. Alright, so we'll do the 4 different patterns anyway. Okay, we'll do this yellow circle in the middle here. Okay. And what else? Obviously the large yellow section. Okay, so now we have, again, pretty straightforward. Well, is it? It's not that straightforward, is it? It's actually quite a difficult one now I think about it. So I think we're probably going to use... I'm just looking along the edges to see what we can see that might be different here. This is going to be quite difficult, this one. Yeah, this is not an easy one at all to differentiate between the different corner pieces here. Again, the only thing I'm really seeing is like this block here. You can see that is a definite light block. Yeah, basically, you can sort of tell this has got like a middle light block, whereas the light block is at the top. Okay, so we'll do the one with the light block at the top first. Okay. Alright, that's the middle one. Let's just do the middle one, I guess. Interesting. Just curious. So there's the light block at the top. Done it incorrectly now. Man, I'm kind of struggling with this one, to be honest. It is difficult to tell. It's this line here. Light block at the top. And the problem is that some of these, well, no, these don't think it's not possible. They're wrong, is it? So we just have to look down this face. So that will. Yeah, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? What's interesting about this one is that, for instance, if I want to do rotation, you can see this line is not actually the same as this line, which means that I don't actually have to make such a difficult to see judgment here. Because what I can do, so I want to see these three here, right? As long as I see these three here, so it's there, it's there, yeah. As long as I've got this basically this clear path of this, like that. So let's just check that one more time. So we've got this path here, got this sort of this path here, this path here, and then this has got to be rotated and put in like that. So now we have that path there as well. Okay. So the other one, of course, will be without a clear path. So you can see there's no path here. No path there. There is a path there, though. Yeah, there's no path on this section. There's no path on this section. None on this. None on this. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. Magenta. Now this one is not exactly the most interesting one. This one kind of really, you can really see how there might be different configurations here. Okay, so it's actually quite a difficult one because you look at the corners of each of these blocks, they've got their own sort of thing. You could say that, okay, so for instance, this is obviously, let's do the two most obvious ones, which would be the crooked one and the one with just a completely straight lines, right? Let's just look at it like that. So we can see there's the straight lines here, right? Which one is it? No. Yeah, there's the straight lines. Straight lines. Straight lines like that. Okay. So then we have the crooked one. I'm curious to see what direction the arrows will face, because obviously I'm not even looking at the arrow faces at this point. So it's interesting to see what directions they'll face. Right. Oh, interesting, they're still pointing all at each other when you do that. Okay, so then we're going to have the two corner pieces. Oh, actually, it's not that difficult, is it, really, when you think about it? Yeah, so this was just the straight lines. This was this crooked piece. And then there's one which is straight lines with just one block missing. Which is that one. Which is that one. And that. And that. And the final one is going to be just the regular square, isn't it? Because that's the only one I actually didn't do. Yep. So, yeah, this one's going around anti-clockwise. This one's going around clockwise, anti-clockwise. Cool. Now, of course, the one which I used, which was the main block in my previous build. Which was the lime. Let's do these. Okay. So we'll do the. I saw this as a pickaxe, by the way. So yeah, this is going to be again difficult because we've got similar kind of, the edges of the pickaxe both look kind of similar. Let's just do the base of the pickaxe in the corner here. So the base of the pickaxe is over here. Okay. So now we have to deal with the shape here. How can we differentiate on this particular? Again, a good way to look at it is to look down the line, see what differences there might be. We look down this line, because obviously we're dealing with these two corners. We're down this, see that. I guess we could say we look down this line, we see yellow very nearby. There's the yellow nearby. That's it, isn't it? It looks correct to me. Just check one more time. There's the yellow on this right face. Sorry. Let's do it this way. This way, it's got yellow here. Man, it's because I've worked with this one recently though. This is a bit... I don't know why this one gets to me, but I think it is because I've worked with it so much. I've looked at it already a lot. So the left is here. I'm expecting to see it here for some reason. There we go, that's correct, I think. Yeah, once you just focus on what you're looking for, it's not that difficult. Alright, so we want to see this long green thing here. Okay, and obviously we need it to be either left or right. So there's the green block there. The left, the left. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Looks correct. It looks like exactly the opposite, doesn't it? It's green block, green block. Okay, so that, I believe... Let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's the lot. Thanks for watching.